Hi, welcome to my channel, The No Coder's Journey. In this channel, I talk about building mobile and web apps that are industry standard without writing a line of code. I use Flutterflow for the front end and Superbase or Firebase for back end. In this particular video, we're going to be building a customer support system with Flutterflow and Firebase. You know, every service delivery app, SaaS, or an e-commerce app actually need a customer support system that they use in responding to customers' query and inquiries. So just follow through to the end of this video. You're also going to learn some tricks on how to use Flutterflow efficiently for your project. With this, let us get started. So we're going to create a new project and call it live chat. Then we'll click on create blank. Afterwards, we just follow the onboarding process. Flutterflow will help us start up a Firebase client side. So click on enable web. Next step. So create a project live chat. We'll select Europe and just sign in to my Firebase account. So Flutterflow is helping us set up a Firebase account for this project. So we can enable authentication in the create user collection. So the next step is to go and create our initial page. Our initial page is going to be our authentication page. So I'll select from any of these. So I'll just select this, my theme. I will rename it authentication. Create. And our login page is going to be our home page. So it's going to be like a blank page. Let's say home page, create page. Flutterflow is setting up our Firebase project. You can click on start building. So the first thing we're going to do, even though Flutterflow started something for us on Firebase, we're still going to do some things manually. So I just came to my Firebase console. I just refresh it to be able to see what Flutterflow created for us. Okay, so that is it. This is it here. Let me just scroll down a bit. Let me confirm if this has been done. For us to be able to confirm if that's the particular setup Flutterflow did for us, we'll go to settings, we'll go to Firebase, okay, it's still being created. So we need to get the ID for us to compare with what is here on Firebase. This one. Okay, so it has finished. Let's generate config files. Just let me reduce it here so that we'll see the option at the bottom. Okay, so we'll click on generate config files. So as you can see, the ID here, and when it finishes generating, we'll see that the ID here that Flutterflow created for us is same with Firebase. Okay, so this is U0VI9M, which is this one. So we'll click on this. First thing is to go and activate our Firestore. Our Firestore has been activated for us, so we'll click on rules and we'll go back to Firebase, to Flutterflow. We'll go to database here. Let me increase the screen back to 100%. So we'll go here and we'll click on settings here. You scroll down. We're trying to get our Firestore rules, which is this one. We'll go ahead and copy. Go back to a live chat. Ctrl A, Ctrl V. We'll publish. After doing that, we'll come here, go back again to deploy. Use collections. User collection is readable to everyone. And leave that on check for now. We want it to be readable only to authenticated members. We're also going to activate our authentication by clicking on Get Started. So select our provider, which should be email and password. Enable, save. After doing that, we go ahead and do storage as well. This here our videos and our images will be saved. Get started. We'll leave it at production mode. Done. So we're also going to add our storage rules. We'll go back to Flutterflow dashboard. We'll go to settings. We'll scroll down. We'll copy. Click on publish. So I think we're done with everything on the Firebase side. We'll go back to Flutterflow and we'll deploy. So everything is okay. So I've been able to create the authentication flow, and in trying to execute the authentication functionality, I had to add a field called user type to the user collection. Now this particular field is going to help us detect the kind of user that is signing up for the account, and we have two types. We have either the admin or the client, so they'll be able to have different experience in the app. Now I just quickly go back to the page. This is the field that was added, user type. Go back to creating pages. I've been able to add the sign up and sign in page, and on the sign up page I added an extra field which is a widget. It's a drop down widget that has the options of client and admin. Then we'll go to the create account button, and on the action flow editor, after creating an account, we ensure that we activate this to create a user collection. Then we populate the fields: email, and which is the email address create, and the user type, which is going to get information from the drop down. So depending on what the signing up user selects from the drop down. Then afterward, I navigated to profile. There's a profile page. Now on this profile page, we are giving the user the option of adding a profile picture and also a name. That's a display name. So we'll update documents, and the document is authenticated user. Let me just show you where I got it from. So this is the authenticated user ref. Confirm. Then you add the display name and also the photo. So after updating the user collection, the next thing now is to run a conditional logic. And when you're running the conditional logic, let me just quickly show you something. Click on this, add conditional, and on this add conditional, instead of just proceeding to this, you close this and you activate this, and this way you write your logical statement. So I will just quickly delete this conditional action. So that was what I did. And if the user type is equals to admin, then the action that should follow is to navigate to the admin home page. Else, I'd navigate to home page. So there are only two options. It's either an admin or a client. So if it's admin, the user will be navigated to the admin home page, and if it's not admin, will be navigated to home page. Now I created two extra pages. The home page, which I named client home, and I did an icon here. This icon is going to be a logout icon. So it's going to be a logout icon. Then also the admin home. Also a logout icon action. So that's for the flow for signing up. Now let's go back to sign in. Now if the user wants to sign into our account, we're also going to run the same conditional logic. So after logging in, we do the same multiple conditions and check if the user type is admin. If it's admin, it will be navigated to admin homepage. If not, that means a client to be navigated to homepage. Now the cool thing about this particular functionality of multiple condition is that if there are several user types, as much as even 5 user types, as in you can run this conditional logic, just using that user type makes the variable to be as in whichever number you want to do it. Then at every action block, you make sure that you navigate to the specific page that you want that particular user type to go through. So I'll just quickly close this here and let us test our app. So our test section is ready. So we'll just quickly sign up, adding a new account. So we'll create Peter. Let's say pets@gmail.com, and pets is a client, and the password is going to be 123456 23456. Then we'll click on create account. Then we're just going to add pet's name, and we'll add a picture, a profile picture for pets. So I'll just select my picture here. So it has uploaded. So see, I have one error. The picture is supposed to reflect it, but we'll address that very shortly. So click on save. So after saving, as you can see, it leads us to our client home. Let's try whether the admin is also working. Let's log out here. Click on sign up again. For this one, new admin at gmail.com, and we're going to select the type to be admin. 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6. Then we'll create an account. So we're going to just call it the name admin, and we'll save changes. So we see we're led to admin home. So our app is working fine so far. Now let's come back to our home page, which is the client home, and we're going to add an icon. And the icon we'll just wrap it in a row so that we can centralize it. Wrap in a row. So for the row, we're going to bring it to the center. So let's just quickly style this our icon. Let's make it a bit bigger. Let's make it like let's say 60, and the border color is okay. The radius, we can increase it to 30 so that it will be round. Then the icon, we can change it to, let's say, support. We can use this icon, support agent, and can increase the size a bit to 30. Now on this icon, we're going to create an action, but before we go about that, let's quickly add more collections to our table, to our database collection. So we'll click on this, and we're going to create a collection called chats, and under these chats, the fields name are going to be timestamp, timestamp is going to be date time. Then we're going to call this client ref, client ref. This is going to be document reference to users, and this is also going to be admin ref, also going to be document reference to user. Then we're going to also add, let's say, last message. Last message will be string. We're also going to add let's say chat ID. That one is also going to be a document reference to chat, or we can just remove this. Let's start with this. I think with these ones we're good to go. Let's create another one. This one is going to be a sub collection of chats. Let's call it messages. create. Okay, so for the messages, we're going to have tests, and it's going to be string. We're going to have email. We're going to have video, which is going to be a video part. And then we're also going to have a sender ref, and it's going to be a document reference to user. So the sender it can be a client or an admin. So basically, we're also going to have timestamp. Timestamp is going to be date time. So basically, this is what we're going to have for now. So we can now go back to our home page. Now on the home page, when the user clicks on this, the user is going to create a chat. Let's just open the action flow editor, and it's going to create a chat, not backend file store. Create a document, and the document is going to be chat. Now the fields are, I just quickly populate the fields. Okay, so these are the fields. This timestamp is going to be the current time, which is global properties, current time, confirm. Then this client ref is going to be the authenticated user ref, confirm. Then for this admin ref, we're going to remove it, and for the last message, we're also going to remove it for now. So the user creates a document, creates this, and let's just quickly close this, and I want to add something else. Let's quickly add a little pop-up message that will be a field to request for the particular message that the user can just quickly impute for the admin to see. So I'll click on this. It's going to be a component button sheet. Okay, let's just create a blank. So we'll call it initial message. Create. Let's quickly add a container, and this container we're going to make it infinite width, then percentage is going to be like 70%, or let's make it 60%, and we're going to make it sit at the bottom of the screen by clicking on this. Then let's make the top a bit curvy. That is the left and right top, make it a bit curvy. Let's okay, so activate safe area. Now inside this container, we'll just quickly add a row, a colon rather. Inside the colon, we'll add a row, and in the row, we add an icon. This icon will shift to the right of the colon. And we'll just put some padding of maybe 10 at the top, then 8 to the right. Then the icon, let's change it to so the icon we change it to X, meaning close. Then the action on it is going to be the action is going to be dismiss button sheet. I think we should increase the height of this container. Let's just make it 70, and then let's just drag it down a bit. Okay, so that's 0. We're going to add something else. We're going to add a test field. And the test field is going to say type your inquiry. Or let's so in the test we're going to write fill the form below. To start a chat. Okay, so we're going to add a test field. Select this, and this test field is going to be, let's just put a little padding at the bottom of this. Maybe we can leave it at 10 pixels. This we're going to remove maximum line, and maybe for minimum line we can put 7 so that it stretch down a bit. Then we're going to remove this label here, and for this int test we're going to put what is your inquiry. Then I like it to be outlined instead of underlined. Then we can just make this secondary test, so you can just see the border that way. I'm really not after the design here, but I'm going to drop a link in the description that you can clone this full project, as in going to be extensively, it's going to be more extensive than this one with more functionality. So let's just add a button. Now for the button we're going to put a padding at the top of this, at the bottom rather, put another 10, and for the button we're going to put start chat. Okay, so let's go back to our home page. Now on this icon, after creating the charts document, the next thing that should happen is the button sheet should show, and which is the initial message. Now for this button sheet we can enable drag, and can also use safe area, but we need a parameter because we need to pass this newly created chart to the button sheet. Before we can do that, let's go back to the create, and we're going to get the variable from the created chart under the action output. Let's call it new chart, so that we'll be able to access this document that has been created. So we're going to click on define variable. Now for this, we're going to add parameter. We'll call it chat doc, and the type is going to be a document, and the document is going to be a chat, and we'll just click on confirm. So going back to the action flow, click on initial. We'll scroll down to this pass parameter chat doc, and we're going to get our action from the action output. We'll click on new chat, confirm. So after creating document, it makes available for us the chat document that was created. Then it passes it on to the button sheet and also displays the button sheet. We'll go to close, go back to our initial message, which is the component here. Now for our initial message, we're clicking on this start chat. The start chat is going to update the document. So go ahead and click on update document. The particular document that we're updating is this chat doc ref, which is this document reference here. Click on this, and the fields that we're updating is the last message from variable. This is not going to, it's going to be last message, yes. The last message is going to be from variable, and it's also going to be from widget state and test feed, and that will be all. Let's close that for now. Now we need another page. After creating this or updating the last message with the information from the button sheet, we need to navigate now to the chat page, where the client sees all the messages that is going to be communicating with the admin. So we'll go on and add another page. So we just create a blank and call it chat page. Create page. So let's just change this to the title chat page. Now on this chat page, on the column, we're going to add another column, and in this column we're going to add a list. No, we're going to add a row. We'll add a list widget, and we'll also add another row. For this initial row, we're going to add, let's say, picture. This is going to display the picture of the admin. So I will just reduce it to, let's say, 40, and the border radius, let's say 15. Then we're also going to add tests. The test is going to be the name of the admin. So maybe we can just put a placeholder here, admin name. So let's just do some padding here. Let's let it be 10 at the top, 8 at the side, then for the image, let's say 15, just to put some padding there. Then for this lists view, we can make this expanded. We can't do expanded yet until we deactivate something. Let's go down. Okay, before we can do that expanded, let's go to our column, the column that is housing the row, the list, and this other row, and we're going to make it expanded. If not, we'll have an error when trying to expand our list view. So let's go back to list view, expand it. Now that error has been cancelled. Let's scroll down. We'll remove this shrink wrap and put it on reverse. Leave this primary to be on. Then for this item spacing, let's put 10 and apply that both at the start and the end. I will explain that shortly. We'll see that visibly when we begin to add our widgets inside the list. But before we go about doing that, let's just quickly add something else on our second row at the bottom. This year we're going to add uploading image and the text input field that the user is going to type in messages that will be sent on the, and that will reflect on the chat page and be sent to the admin. So we're going to just quickly add an icon. Let's put this at this. We can make it 2 icons. Cancel. So we made 2 icons. Then we're also going to put a test input. Which is this. So this will come here. Then this one is going to be, first let's just put some padding on the side of this row. You can put 8 here, 8 here, and at the bottom we're going to space the items. Let's say 5. Okay, then this icon is going to be for uploading images and video. We'll click on this, we'll put image. So let's go for this one. Let's reduce it a bit to, let's say, 22. Then this one is going to be the icon that we're using sending the message. Let's select this. So on our label, let's just quickly work on this. We'll remove this label. And the hint is type your message. Then, like I told you, I always like making it outlined. Then reduce our border width to 1. Then make our edges to be a bit curvy by increasing the border radius. So this one is done. So next we're going to create the widgets that will appear on our list view. Now to create the widgets for our chat page, we're going to create a component. So first of all, go to create a new component. Let's call it chat messages. Create. So in here we're going to put a container. I'll give the container infinite width and 100% height. Now in this container we'll have a row, a column rather, and inside the column we'll have a row. In the row Let us name this row admin row. In the row, we'll put a container again. And in this container, let's just put some padding. We'll put the padding in this row. Let's say 8 and 8 at the top. Or let's leave it 10 at the top. And let's put the 8 here as well. So this container, we're going to remove the width, and we're also going to remove the height, so it will take the shape of the space the children is going to consume on the screen. Let's just rename it to be admin. So in this row, we'll put in another column, and this column we're going to have a test. We're going to have media display, and we're also going to have another test. Now this test is going to be for our messages, so let's just name it messages here. Then this is going to display our pictures and our videos uploaded. So I like leaving it to be, I like the width to be 250. Then the height, we'll remove the height, then we don't make it a bit curvy. So the height, it means that the picture is going to take whatever length of picture that will be uploaded, or if it's a landscape picture or a portrait picture, it's just going to take the height of it. But for width is going to be restricted to 250. Same with the video. So we'll get to that in details shortly. Then this test is going to be our let's call it our time. That is the timestamp. So for our row, we're going to shift it to the corner, and we'll reduce this timestamp a bit to, let's reduce it to 12, and let's make the color a bit gray. This test message, the message will be 14 is okay. Then for the colon, we'll put some padding around the colon, so that, so let's just leave it at 8. So there will be space between the content and the admin container here. So let's go back to this admin. We want it to be like a bubble. So we'll make here 12 and 12. So this one makes it look like a chat bubble. Then okay, so I think that will be all. Very soon you get to see how the thing will turn out shortly. So what we'll just do is just to duplicate this. We'll duplicate this, then we'll rename this to be client row. We'll also change this to client. Then for this row, while this admin row, the is aligned to the left. We want this client row to be aligned to the right. It will take shape just now, so just bring the alignment here on the row, take it to this place. Then okay, the other one is okay. Yeah, it is. This one is already at that point, so okay. So just give it some spacing within, leave it at 8, and we'll give this. I think we added some item spacing already on the list view widget right on the chart page, so we might not have to add much spacing here. So let's just put give our client container a color to differentiate it from, let's make it blue. This blue is too dark, let's go with this accent blue. Okay, then okay, it's gradually taking shape, so we have to take this sharp edge to this other side. I'm having a bit of network issue, hence you're seeing that pop up, but I think I'm making progress. So let's also make this admin gray. Let's put it light gray instead of white, so that we'll be able to differentiate it. Let's leave it at alternate. So our chart bubble is beginning to get in shape. So this one is for the client, while this one is for admin. So the next thing we're going to do is to create a component parameter, and we're going to call it messages, and it's going to be of type document is required. Collection is going to be messages. Then we'll click on confirm here. After doing that, will be the fields and the field in our message document will be made available to us. So the next thing now is to just go on ahead and bind it here. I think we can bind it before going on to do other things. So we open this message, we'll bind it to tests. Just press space bar there. You put it on, it actually prevented me from going ahead to confirm, wanting me to put like a default value to avoid null issue, you get. But we want it to be nullable. No, not like nullable, but we want it that it can be empty. So you just take your cursor down, you put a space, then you confirm. Then let's go to our time, and we'll also bind our time to timestamp here. So for the timestamp, let's select a format for it. Our format, let's use this moment ago. Then we just confirm. Then we'll go to our media display. So our media display, we just scroll down to the media part. Is going to be of type image part, image. Then we'll click on confirm. So I think every other thing here is okay. Then we'll go to our client side, we'll do the same thing for message. We'll bind to tests. Remember to put your space so that you can save it. And for media, we're also going to go to image and confirm. Then for time, taking it to timestamp. So we're also going to do moment ago here, confirm. Okay, so our next step now is to do conditional visibility. Now the whole idea of the conditional visibility is that when a user sends a message, okay, for instance a client sends a message, we don't want other fields that is contained here to show because they are empty. The user sends just a text message, maybe not an image. We don't want the image widget, which is this one. We don't want it to display because it will definitely be empty. Then when the user sends a media, either a video or a picture, we don't want the message also to show because it will be empty, because at that point, at each time, whatever the user sends to the message collection, which is our message list, it's either a message, a video, or a picture, and all three cannot be sent at the same time in one message list. You get? So we have to use conditional visibility to hide the ones that are empty. Likewise, we're also going to hide this particular widget for admin, so that when client's message is showing on the chat page, admin's empty this thing won't be displaying. So we'll get to see that shortly. Let's just quickly bind it, and I will show you when we're running the test. So for this client row, what we're going to do is only going to be visible when the sender ref, that is the sender reference, is equal to the authenticated user reference. Now what this is saying is that this particular chat bubble is only going to display for the side of the authenticated user. So if it's the admin that is logged in, this particular bubble will be for him. If it's the client, this particular bubble will be for him or her, as the case may be. You get? Then as for this other admin row, it's only going to be visible when the sender ref is not equal to authenticated user. I'll be glad to answer any question if you just drop it on the comment line as regards this, because this can be a bit tricky for some people to understand. But I'll be glad to answer if it's not too clear. Then we'll go to message. Message should only be visible on the condition that message is set. That's test is set and not empty. Confirm. So confirm. Then media. Now media's one is going to be quite different. So we're going to use a combined condition, because this media is going to be displaying either a video or an image that is uploaded. So we're going to use or condition, not and. We go ahead and say if image is set, or if video is set. Okay, so what we'll do is to copy this, and we'll come to media display here. We'll come to client's media display, and we'll just go ahead and paste it. This one just makes it easy for us instead of going through the whole process of selecting. So for message, we'll do the same thing. We'll copy. That's the beauty of Flutterflow. You try to make things very easy instead of doing certain tasks repeatedly. We'll do the same thing for, okay, I want us to remove this container and just have this row directly on this component. So to do that, we just drag it up and we'll click on replace. Yeah, so it's better this way. Now the next thing, now we'll go back to the chat page. So come to chat page. Let's reduce this here. That's too small. Let's scroll up. I want to take this row, I want to take it up to the app bar. So for us to be able to do that, let's come to app bar and enable editing. So we're going to so I want to take this the admin picture and name. I want to take it up to the app bar. For us to be able to do that, we'll come here to app bar settings, properties, we'll activate background widget, and we'll enable edit UI builder. We'll go ahead and remove this picture, then we'll put a row. So it has a row now. Let's drag this. Okay, so we just drag this down, and we'll also drag this down. Then we will remove this row. And for the image, we'll put our padding to the left. We'll make it 10. Then for our admin name, we can increase the font size and change the color. Let's increase the font size to, let's leave it at 18. Then change the color to white. On our list widget, we'll come here, and we're going to add our components that we just created. That's chat messages. So you see that it's appearing at the bottom, and let me show you why. Because we activated reverse here. If we should deactivate it, you see that it's going to the top. But for us to be able to have our message, as in when the message list is being updated, it will be scrolling upwards. So this how it's going to be. For this container here, we're going to remove the height so that we'll have it closer to the bottom. Okay, so afterwards we'll go on and we'll click on our list widget again. We'll go to query. We're going to add query. We're going to query collection, and it's going to be our message collection. And remember, our chat message is actually a sub collection of our chats. So click on value source from variable, and it's going to be from, okay, so we are yet to have our chat reference passed on to our chat page. So let's just quickly do that. Let's go back to our component, the first component we created, which is the initial message. Remember, when we click on start message, we're supposed to update the document. Afterwards we'll navigate to chat page. So at the point of navigating to chat page, the chat reference will be passed on. So we're just going to come here and call it, our parameter is chat doc. The same chat doc that was passed on to the initial message component will pass that same chat doc onto the chat page, and it's going to be document, and we'll leave it as required, and it's going to be of document chat. Confirm. Why is it coming here? So let's go back to here. We start. So navigate. Let's take this to instant. Let's pass on the chat doc, chat document. We'll pass it on from the component parameter onto the chat parameter. We'll confirm. Then let's just close it and go back to our chat messages. Oh, not messages component. So we'll come back to our chat page. So we can see our chat doc here. Let's go back to our lists again, our list widgets. So for the list widgets, we'll query collection, and we're going to query messages. Now we're going to query not all the messages in sub collection, but it's only the one that has the variable equivalent to the chat ref, which is this reference. So click on confirm, and what do we want is all the documents in message sub collection that have the same chat ref as what we're just passing in. So we're going to leave it at list of documents. Then we don't need any filter here. However, if you want to put filter, you still put in what we've already added at the top, which is chat ref. So we don't need any filter here. So for the order by, we're going to order by timestamp, and it's going to be decreasing. We just go ahead and confirm. So we see the ghosted out this thing, meaning that the messages are actually populating. Now the next thing we'll do is to come to this component here that's just under the list widget, and we'll scroll down, we'll activate this. Then the unique key is going to be from the message document. It's going to be the message reference. You know, each message will have its own reference. So we'll confirm. Then we're going to pass on the message document. Every message document that is sent, we're going to pass it on the um, to our component chat messages that we created. So we'll click on message document and document. Remember, on our chat message there's a parameter message document. So is this message document now that will now feed in all these informations into this particular widgets in here. And you must understand that it is sent per message. So even though there are multiple lists, there are multiple items in the list from the database, it is sent one message on the list at a time that is sent directly to the component. So let's go back to the chat page. So we've been able to address everything pertaining to the list. Now we're going to go about creating a message. For a client to be able to create a message, we'll click on this and go ahead and also click on this, the action. So whenever the client clicks on this is the action that should follow. What to create a document, backend file store, create document, and the collection is going to be message, and the reference is going to be from chat doc, reference. Confirm. Then let's add our fields. So for the fields, we don't need image, we don't need video, because what the user is trying to send is a message, and that's of type text. It's going to be from variable, and from the variable is going to be widget state test field. Then the sender ref is going to be the authenticated user. Then the timestamp is going to be from variable, is going to be from a global property current time. Confirm. So now you see this message I sent. This is going to appear on this blue chat bubble because it's been sent by the authenticated user. So if admin sends message, it will appear on this one. Remember the way we did our conditional visibility, but there's one more thing I want us to quickly do. On this input form, this test field widget, we're going to wrap it with a form validation. So we don't want an empty message to be ever sent, because it can actually result to null issues. So we just click on this. So it means a field is required. Go back to the action flow editor to send message. Click on open, click on this add action, so we can just scroll up and we'll call it validate form, and the form to be validated is this form. Then we'll close it. So if the user just clicks on this, user just clicks on this, it will be required to type in something here before it sends, before the action to create a document is done. If not, if you don't do it that way, it will just create an empty message, put a timestamp to it, and it can result to null issues. Remember, on our tests for the default variable, we actually added a space, so we're trying to prevent any form of null issue by doing this. So we're going to do the same for our image. We'll come here. Remember that icon buttons for either image or video. So the first thing we're going to do is upload. We're going to send upload media, and it's going to be Firebase. Remember, in our Firebase, in our Firestore setup, during our setup of Firestore, we activated storage. So whatever is uploaded here is sent to that storage space. Then Firebase returns back a URL that we can use in accessing what's the picture in the storage space. So either camera or gallery is okay. And we can put this at 250, and let's leave the maximum height. We can activate show snack bar. So after uploading to media, the next thing that should be done is a conditional action. The essence of this conditional action is to check if the file was actually uploaded. Go to widget state, upload URL if it's set, because there are some times when a user is trying to upload, there might be some network, a little glitch with network and all that, and nothing is uploaded. Then it will now result to sending an empty as in without a URL, and that can be another issue of a null value. So if the uploaded file URL is set, then the next thing that should happen is create a document. And message, excuse me, and it's going to be from chat doc reference. Okay, set fields. So let's just quickly add all the fields before we set them. So for this one, we don't need tests because we're sending either an image or a video. So for the image, it's going to come from variable user ref. It's going to come from variable widget state uploaded file. Then the video as well going to come from variable widget state uploaded file. The sender ref is going to be authenticated user ref. Confirm, and the timestamp is going to be current time, a time at which the image was uploaded successfully. So go to global properties, current time. Then if the image, there was an error, so we can go and add this on this side, show snack bar. Show snack. So on the snack bar we say error with upload, and let's make it, the background will make it red. Make the background red. We'll make the background red, and that will be it. There's one more thing that we need to quickly add to this message before we go ahead to test. Let's, after creating documents, we want, okay, now look at it. A message is typed here, and the sender clicks on this. It's expected that when the message is sent, the message that was typed here should be automatically cleared. The sender doesn't have to come in and start deleting it again, you get. So that particular action can be automated. So after creating documents, you can go ahead and clear fields. You know the way it is in WhatsApp, Telegram. After sending a message, the area is cleared. So we're going to clear test fields, and it's going to be test field that will close. Then before we just proceed to doing that, let's just bind our admin name and picture. So for this, chat doc. Okay, so there's one more thing that we need to go and quickly add on the data table, on the collection rather. For our chats, we're also going to add admin name. Admin name is going to be of type string, enter. Admin pic is going to be an image part. Client name is going to be string. Client pic is going to be image part, then enter. So let's go back now to chat page. Let's bind it now. So this will be admin name. So maybe for variable we can call it admin name. Confirm. You might be wondering why didn't we put space there. We actually want we don't want it to be blank. Then for image, we're going to do same, bind it to image part. Admin pic. So for variable we can add an uploaded user variable. So maybe we should just leave it as confirm for now. There we can just add it, maybe like a dummy image. So at this point we can go ahead and do our tests. So before we proceed to checking our work, since we added two collections here, since we added the chat collection and this sub collection message, we need to set the rules, the Firestore rules, and also paste it on Firebase. To do that, we come to this point here, and you see our rule here is outdated because it noticed that two collections has been added. So to quickly go through this, for create Our chat collection should be accessible to authenticated users. So, meaning authenticated users can create a chat collection. Then, for read, authenticated users can read chat collection. Then, for write, also authenticated user, and delete authenticated user. Then for messages, same thing, authenticated user. So, we don't want any user that is not authenticated or maybe signed up on the app to be able to read any message for security purpose. Or read, same thing, authenticated user. Then this and these ones are okay. Now we can see that it's been deployed here, but to double check, we can go ahead and copy this here, and we go to Firestore database, we go to rules, we paste it here. So this I just highlighted and deleted the old one there, then we paste it. So this is the new rules that has been copied from Flutterflow. So we publish. Okay, it has successfully been published. As you can see, our deploy is still green here, so everything is in place. The next thing we do, we can go ahead and run our tests and see how we've gone so far. Our test section is now ready. Let's quickly test what we've done so far. So we'll click on this. Yeah, I think that worked very fine. Our button sheet just popped up, and let's type in something. Hello, I will like to make an inquiry. Could you so we'll click on start chat. Okay, so I think we're having one error. Now that message I just typed supposed to have popped up here, but it didn't. So we'll quickly check what resulted to that, but let's just continue first. Let's say hello and send. Okay, this one is working fine. Let's send. Oh, okay. So for this, the option for gallery and video is supposed to show here. So we're having just gallery. So this is another error we're going to quickly look at attending to. Okay, so let's just choose an image to upload. Oh, that's great. That's great. So this is the picture. So as you can see, as our message is coming in, it's just automatically showing the newest message at the bottom and it's sliding up. So we need to check why that message was not showing, and for our image here, it's also we need to work on this one as well. And admin has not joined this chat yet, that's why it's showing admin name, and this one is not showing anything. So let's go back to our work. First of all, let's attend to that gallery. We go to chat page, scroll down, that is upload image. Okay, this is the error. Let's also click on allow video. So that one is handled. Then let's go back to initial message. Oh, that's something we're supposed to do. Remember we updated the last message of the chat collection. So we are supposed to also add this last message because it's supposed to be the first message that will be displayed on the chat page. You get why the admin or the agent that will respond will see. So what we're supposed to do here is before navigating to chat page, we're supposed to create a collection, and the collection is going to be of message. We're going to create a document, sorry, not a collection. We're creating a document. It's going to be message, and from chat ref, this one is reference, this, and so the tests is going to be that message on the initial message component, which just states this. We're going to change this image to sender ref, and we're also going to change this video to timestamp. So sender ref will be authenticated user, and the timestamp would be current time. So that's that. So go ahead and close. Then we need to do one other thing on chat page. I noticed that this button needs padding, so go down to the row here. We'll just put some padding, let's say 10 at the bottom. Okay, so let's go and refresh. Let's refresh our page. So our test mode is ready. Let's go back and do it all over again. Hi. Okay, let's scroll down. So you see immediately we just see hi here, you get. So the admin sees this hi and responds. Okay, you can just type something else again, hello. So you see it just scrolls up. Let's, okay, our video now works. Let's try and upload a video. Let me upload this. So here we go. This is our video. So that's our app is working well, and we see this is all working fine. And as you can see, as we send, it's the message is automatically cleared. So let's continue with our building. Our next step is, well, let's work on our admin homepage, because admin has to see the incoming message. So you just go to admin homepage, and under the column here, we're going to drop in a list. We'll drop in a list, and for the list we're going to make it expanded, and we're also going to remove the shrink wrap. So there'll be no need to put it on reverse because we want the list to go down. Then we're going to add, let's say we'll add a container here. The container will make it infinite in width, and we'll leave it at let's say we'll leave it at 80. Then inside the container we'll put a row. Inside the row we'll put an image, and we'll put a text. We'll wrap this text in a colon, and we'll duplicate the text. Then we'll put another colon in the row. Inside the colon we'll put a text again. Then let's reduce the size of this image. Let's make it 40 by 40, and let's make it a bit curvy by, let's say, 12. Then we'll put some padding on the row. Let's make it 8. Okay, let's make it 10. We'll also put some padding on the container. Let's make this 8. Then we just put some colors for the container. I can make it gray. Let's make it gray. Then make the edges a bit curvy. Let's leave it at 15. Then for the lists, let's just quickly add some spacing. Then apply to top and bottom, so we can see there is a space at the top of the list here. So the next thing now, I think this picture we can try and increase it a bit. Let's say 50 by 50. So this is our column. We'll expand it. After expanding it, we'll bring its content, its children, to be aligned to the left. Children will be aligned to the left and also centralized. Now this hello world, let's just quickly put padding in it. Let's leave it at let's leave it at 8. This one is going to be the client's name, so let's just call it client's name here. This one is going to be, let's make it, let's double it. This one at the bottom is going to be email address, or you can make it phone number. Let's just put email for simplicity's sake. This one is going to be the last message sent. So let's just put some spacing on this column. For this last message, we don't want the characters to be too long, so we're going to yes, that. So this one is going to be the timestamp. Let's put it at 6 p.m. Then we'll put some padding as well. Let's say 10 and 8. Okay, so it's gradually taking shape. So the next thing we'll do now is to just quickly connect to our database. Collection is going to be from chats, lists of documents. Now we're not going to filter any uh, charts here. We want all the charts that that's all the queries that we're getting from different clients. Then we're going to order by last message time, which should be timestamp that is decreasing. Enable. Okay, so we can see the ghosted outline. So let's just quickly bind our, this one will be client's name, client name. Let's name the default to be client name. This one will be last message. Now we're going to make it conditionally visible. If the last message is set, although this might not be necessary because at the initial chat component the client must always write a message, so there will always be something there. Then for email we're going to bind it to the client's email address. Okay, so we don't have a client's email address here. What we'll do, just go and quickly add it. Oh, we should have it. Let's go back. Client email should be, we actually don't have it on our chats table, we have it on our users collection. So let's just add client's email. Now this one is necessary so that admin can be able to follow up with the client via email after chat has been cut off. So go back. So the email will now be client email. Then this one will be timestamp. We just put that moment ago again. So afterwards we have our chat page here again. So when an admin sees the list of incoming chats like this, they can pick any chat and they just select it, and the action that will be done is that on tap, when they select any chat on tap, this is what the action that will follow. We'll go to Firestore update document, and the document ref is going to be this chat document, chat ref, and the fields to be updated as follows. Let's make this invisible by opening the editor here. So I'll just bring out all the fields, then I'll okay. So yeah, timestamp We're going to be global properties. Then we don't need client ref because it's admin that is joining this chat. Client is already in the chat, so we remove client ref. They will now update this admin ref field with the admin's authenticated user reference. The admin's also authenticated. Then for last message, we're also going to remove this because there's already a message. The admin name will be updated as well. Display name, admin pic will be updated as well. Photo URL. Then client name, no. Client pic, no. And client email, no. So the document has been updated. So after the document is updated, the next thing we want it to do is to navigate to the chat page, and it's going to be make it instant. We're going to pass the parameter chat document, and the document we're going to pass is this particular chat document. So let's go back to our chat page. So our test mode is back on, but we're on the client home, so we'll have to log out from here. Then we'll sign in. We'll sign in with new admin at gmail.com. Then the password is going to be 123456. Then we'll sign in. So here we are on our admin home. So as we can see, these are the messages that the client has created. Let's go to our database and view the messages. Let's just refresh. So we can see the chat. We have two chats in our document. We have two chats in our collections rather. 1, 2, and they each have their messages, which is what is reflecting here. So we have to work on this thing. Remember, the last chat seems to be a very long test, so we have to work on this. But let's quickly try and see whether we can join the chat by just clicking on it. And here we go. We've been able to join the chat, and as we can see, the messages from okay, so let's respond. How may I be of help? How may I be of help? Let's send a picture. So we can just send this. So say a picture has been sent. So this admin section is working well. So what we just got to do, we need a back button here to go back to home page. We need a back button to go back to home page. Then also, this admin name is not displaying, and aside that, on this admin, this particular name is supposed to be showing the client's name when the admin is on. Then it will show the admin name when the client's name is when it's on the client's page. So let's just quickly work on that. So go to our chat page. and under app bar, let's just scroll down, and enable editing is already enabled. So we just wrap this image in a stack, and we duplicate it. We'll do the same for tests. We'll wrap test in a stack. Likewise, we'll duplicate as well. So we'll call this admin image. This one will be client image, and this will be admin test, admin name, and the second one will be client's name. So afterwards, we're going to do this. Okay, so I've made some progress with the chat page app bar. I'm going to run you quickly through how I went about it. So first of all, I did a backend query for the chat document, getting the reference from chat doc. As you can see from here, chat doc. Now the essence of me doing this is that I want a real-time update on the name and the images that will be displayed here. So when an admin joins the chat, it's going to display here automatically in real time. Afterwards, I've already bounded this admin image to the admin image, then the client image to the client image, and I made it conditionally visible, that this admin image is only going to be visible when the authenticated user is equal to the client ref. So meaning that when the individual or the authenticated user is equivalent to the client ref, what should be shown on this place here, what should be shown here will be the admin image, because the client doesn't need to see his or her image. Then the same thing here, this client image, I made it conditionally visible when the authenticated user is the admin ref. So meaning that when it's the admin that is logged in, what should be showing here is the client image and not the admin image. So I did the same thing for both the admin name and the client name. Then I also did the same thing for the client email. This client email only need to be displayed when the authenticated user, that's the user ID, is equal to the admin, is equal to the admin ref. So it's just the admin that needs to see the email. The client doesn't need to see his or her own email. So I went ahead and confirm. Then I did one other thing on this chat. After sending chat, I also updated the chat document. That is to, I updated the last message with the input from the test input. They also updated the timestamp. So the essence of doing that is just like in WhatsApp. Whenever you send a message on the chat history, maybe the recipient of the message is here to open it. You will see the updated message. Just maybe like if some few characters just to prompt the person to open the message. So hence I did that, and I also did the same thing for image. But for that of image, what I did instead of getting a message from test input, I just did that there's a new media. So it could be a video or an image. So let me close it. Then let's just quickly check other updates that I did. Now on the client home page, I added another button. So just picture this scenario whereby a client wants to continue from a particular chat history or a particular chat inquiry that he has already initiated instead of going to create a new one. So I created this button. This button leads to a page called chat history, and on this chat history the client will be able to see the list of all the chat inquiries that he or she have had over time. And when uh, he or she selects one of the chat this thing, it leads back to the chat message. Sorry, not the. It leads back to the chat page, and we'll be able to continue from where he or she, the conversation that he or she stopped with the admin, with all the messages that is in that particular uh, chat thread. So let's just quickly run this and see how it all works.